Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking, so always looking for and finding the good. And here you found the goodest good possible, the greatest show about happiness, joy on the internet. Finding happiness and joy with Edwin and Barry. There is no greater show on earth. Welcome. Get ready. Buckle up, because you're about to find happiness and joy. Thank you. Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking, so I was looking for and finding the good. We found good in abundance because you've tuned in consciously and conscientiously to Happiness and Joy with Edwin and Barry. And I'm trying to find where Edwin is. I know he's there somewhere. Add to, try this. Edwin, are you there? I can't hear you. Oh, is that happening again? I don't understand that. We'll just keep trying one more time. Let's see here. I know he's there. We want him. Edwin, why can't I hear you? Invite guest. Copy. Copied. Guests can stream to their own destinations. Okay, here we go. Edwin, can you hear me? But I can't hear you. Okay, we're going to keep going. See if you can figure it out. I hope you can. Because this is such an important, this is so important for people around the world. People love listening to the Chief Happiness Officer of the world. That's Edwin Edebiri, my partner in bringing joy, happiness, and peace and love to the world. And I can see him. For some reason, I can't hear him, but you can hear me, right, Edwin? But I can't hear you, and the people can't hear you. So I don't know what to do. We can toggle around. I'm sure there's just a button to push. At least I hope so. And keep trying. You want to go out and come back in? That this is how we deal with happiness, everybody. Enjoy. No matter what the circumstances are, we go forward and bring. If you can't hear Edwin, I urge you to watch this because you'll see a face that lights up the world. I mean, he just beams. That's his essence. He's a beamer. He's the original. People talk about a BMW and be a beamer. That is Edwin. So until we get him to be able to speak, one more time, Edwin, can you try it? Okay, he's saying to me he's doing everything possible, and it's for some reason it's not working. So I'm just going to continue with your permission, Edwin, and we're going to talk today about appreciation. We're now in the last month of the year 2023. We're in December. And in December, lots of things happen. There are people who have the blues because it's December and, wintertime and things like that. And there's just so many holidays going on and people feel lonely. And then, of course, there are people like Edwin and Barry who said, blues, that is so wonderful. We love singing the blues, except that we bring it up to a higher vibration. We use blues to mean love. Love stands for living on vibrant energy. And the best ways that we have found, Edwin and I, to bring about a shift in your perspective. You hear that word, shift? That's the title of my newest book, O Shift. And it's spelled O-H-S-I-F-T. Now, we put the F a little below the line in the title of the book on the cover because, why? In 40 plus years of working with people, I have found that 97.2% of all people I work with initially drop the F and shift and the other stuff happens. So you got to be effing careful with your Fs. Shift perspective. And it's just a tiny shift. That's all we're talking about. Something subtle, something small, such as, and Edwin and I were discussing this before the show, so I'm speaking for him now. For whatever reason, technical issues, we can't get him on the show at the moment. Hopefully it will happen in a little bit. Is that the ability for you to reach out to 3 people, at least 3 people every day. If you can't do 3, do 2, but not less than 2. 2 or 3 people every single day, and say something like the following. Did I tell you today how much I appreciate you? Or just say, I appreciate you. Or I'd like you to know, I really appreciate you. I appreciate what you just did. Especially for people who are in close personal relationships. Let's call that marriage, significant others, adult, parents to children, children to parents. Hello. Imagine when kids, and I'm talking about kids, let's say from 13 and up, 13 through 65, kids that age, because I know a number of kids 65 that have parents still alive. I know a lot of 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old that have parents still alive. The ability to say to someone that you really are close to, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you just did. To show appreciation kindles a soul. Let me repeat that. It kindles a soul. And when you kindle a soul, you're bringing about an entire shift in the world. So we're going to show one more time. Wonderful, Edwin. Add to stage.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I love it. Okay, yes. Thank you. Okay, so I am just, first of all, Edwin, are you ready for this?
Yes.
I want to tell you how much I appreciate you making the effort to never give up and always coming through. So I'm just going to turn it over to you. Again, my name is Barry Shore. I'm known as the Ambassador of JOYi, your humble host. But this show is nothing except two beings coming together to meld into one, because that coin that is the currency that enables you to buy happiness and joy has two parts. One side's the happiness, the other is joy. So my dear beloved Edwin, Chief Happiness Officer for the world, let's talk about how appreciation can help people be more happy.
Well, thank you so very much, the Ambassador of JOYi. This is why this is an exciting time, because we truly combined, joy and happiness to uplift the world, even whatever is going on. Folks, this is deal. Now, I know that we're talking about appreciation. Appreciation is easy when you like the person, okay? It's very easy, when you like the person. But what about appreciating people you don't like? Because that is what is really the crust of human nature. Appreciating people you don't like. Being able to remove your blinders, or being able to say, you know what? I don't really like this person, but golly, what he just did is a good thing, okay? I want to encourage that thing that he just did, even though I don't like him. Can you imagine that, folks?
Wait a minute. I need to interrupt you for a moment, Edwin, and tell everybody. I got to tell everybody around the world, I love Edwin, because he just gave us a gold nugget that weighs 87.5 pounds. Remove the blinders from your eye. That's right. You were blind. You weren't able to see because you thought you either didn't like that person or that person didn't like you. And that caused you to be blind. And now you can see and appreciate. Oh, man, I love you. Thank you.
I love you, man. I love you. This is why we are here. And so because here is the thing, Barry. You know this because you spread that joy all over the world. You know that there is nobody, no human being that is 100% bad in every area of their life. There's none. I don't think God will make anything like that. No way, okay? And so what happened is, maybe, I didn't like you for one thing, okay? But that doesn't mean you are not good in another thing, So I should, be able to say, you know what? I don't really like this guy, but I saw him doing so, and that thing was good. And by you complimenting that person, you're actually encouraging them to becoming a better human being. But here is what is exciting though. The moment you can do that, you are also becoming a better human being. It takes two to tango.
And by the way, it's a law of the world. The good Lord made the world that way. So it's not as if it won't happen. It must happen. It's a law.
Yes,
Just as a
it
law
is.
of gravity, it has to happen. So when you appreciate someone else, you actually gain the most.
You do. Because okay, so here is the thing about it. So you trying to compliment somebody you don't like. It takes a lot of work, especially if you have to do it face to face. Now you're not only watching the words that come out of your mouth, but you also have to watch your body language. Because your face can say something completely different than what came out of your mouth. So the
Wow.
moment you can coordinate those two things, it means you are already truly a genuine human being. You're truly working on yourself. You're looking at the mirror and you say, hey, my face, I want you to be honest with me. I want to be honest with this person. That means you have to do some work. You have to
Oh my
truly
gosh,
find
wait a minute.
something.
That's the four-letter word. That's the four-letter word that ends in K. Work.
Yeah, work. Yeah, you have to do some work. And that work is truly finding something that the person did good. This is not, and yes, another thing, Barry, and this is one most people have to be really careful about when you're giving compliment to somebody you don't like. Don't try to compliment them in a condescending way, where you actually kind of like say, oh, you used to be a bad person, but you are good today.
Ah!
That's not gonna fly. You
Well, I
have to
want
be.
I want to interrupt just for a moment. A pause, not interrupt. I want to pause because you mentioned something about the face, and it's
Yes,
so expressive and wonderful because you work on your face. Therefore, your face is beaming, and
yes,
a great acronym for face is. I ask people, what does your face say about you?
yes.
FACE stands for making sure it's fresh, aware, creative, and expressive. Fresh, aware,
Oh,
creative,
that's
expressive. When
that's
your face is like
powerful.
that, then what's going to happen that the words that come out are going to resonate deep into the other person from one heart to the other heart, and it will kindle a soul.
Wow. Man. This is awesome, man. Man, this is why you are the ambassador of joy, man. I hope people understand and fully appreciate that. Like complimenting somebody you don't like. Now, some cases people might say, why would I even be complimenting someone I don't like? I don't like the person. I'm not going to be in their space. I don't have anything in common with them or whatever. But it could be that it's an assignment that you need to do. So what are you gonna do? Or it could be that it's a test for you because it takes a degree of maturity, to be able to do this. And so the key is that the more you start to practice this without even needing to do it, the better you're going to become as a human being, and the easier it is going to be when you need to do it.
So
So,
let's look at that and unpack it and share with people. You've been mentioning the one that will get your juices flowing, which is complimenting someone that you don't like or that you think doesn't like you.
yes,
Now, once you become more practiced that, guess what happens? We tend to forget about the people closest to us, and we don't compliment the fact that my wife did something special for me, or even if she didn't, it was not special. It was what she does all the time. But I'm going to open my eyes, take the blinders off, as you say, and see. Oh, look at that! Thank you, my dear beloved Naomi. I so appreciate it. Or my son, or my grandsons, but people close to us, sometimes we forget to do it. By the way, I want to do a quick pause here. We have sponsors that love our show. So we urge you, we wouldn't have them on if we didn't think they were worth your time and effort and money. So we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back after this brief message. Don't go away. Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking, so always looking for and finding the good. Our beloved Edwin Edebiri, the Chief Happiness Officer of the world, and your humble host, Barry Shore, the Ambassador of Joy. And we're talking about appreciation, appreciating people that you actually think you don't like, or you think they don't like you, or even people that you're so close to that you forget and overlook all the wonderful things that can be complimented and appreciated, especially this time of year. So please continue, wonderful Edwin, with some of the insights that you have that can remove the scales of blindness from our eyes so we can see the miracles that are around us all the time and appreciate them.
Well, the way, another thing, Barry, first of all, I love you. Awesome. This is awesome idea. Complimenting, like to compliment is actually a reflection on you. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. That's so beautiful.
No, it really is. Because
Right.
you cannot compliment if you are not paying attention. Okay. And the very moment you are paying attention, that already shows that you are a human being that care about another human being.
You just, by the way, Edwin, you just touched me very deeply, because in the world that we live in, with so much happening, we're bombarded with stuff all the time that we're thinking that we're awake. We may not be awake. We're thinking awake.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned that paying attention, we call that awareness. Yes. When you are aware of things and you're paying attention, now, as you said, you can become more human. And the more human you are, the greater you are, because now you can do what we call, we've talked about this before, becoming a cog, a channel of goodness, a child of God. And that's what God's all about giving. That's who we are. So I needed to say it because you just touched me very deeply with that. Thank you. Paying attention. Hello.
Yes, we have to. And now here is the other part of it is you can't really pay attention without slowing down.
Oh, hello.
You have to slow down. So Barry, when we first started this, people were thinking that paying compliment was to help somebody else. Okay, they did not know this was to help them. Because you can't pay attention if you don't slow down. If you go to a place and you just zoom by and you miss all the wonderful stuff along the road, there's hundreds and thousands of stuff you could be complimenting, but you just pass because you just go. It's all about you. Just focusing on you. So slow down, and then when you slow down enough, then you find out that co-worker of yours, that business partner of yours has been doing wonderful thing all this time, and you have never really noticed it because you didn't slow down enough to pay attention.
Oh, this is so one. And paying attention, I'm going to use it in business sense. Paying attention pays ongoing dividends. When you compliment somebody and you appreciate them because you slow down enough to pay attention, the payment comes back to you. You don't even have to think about it. Comes back to you in overflowing goodness because you're now bringing into the world more joy and happiness, more happiness and joy. Thank you. So by being appreciative, paying attention, of necessity, one must slow down. And by doing that, you now get into the flow of being a channel of goodness.
Yes.
Oh my. This is so wonderful. Thank you.
And here is the wonderful thing, Barry, like I said in the beginning, it's easy to appreciate people that you like, okay? When you start to learn to appreciate people you don't like, now all of a sudden, you start to see some reflection, okay? And yes, maybe they wronged you. Maybe there was good reason why you didn't like them. But all of a sudden, you're taking focus away from that. And now you're focusing on the goodness in them, which now magnify the goodness in you.
Oh, wow. I love it. Let's repeat that. When you focus on the goodness of someone else, it magnifies the goodness in you.
You said it earlier on, Barry. It's a universal law.
It's a law.
This is not something you can manipulate. This is not something, you can make an error. You just can't.
Right.
It's like you appreciate, you find the goodness. You say so much. There's an acronym. You have an acronym for everything, So I know there's an acronym where you're looking good, right? That means you're looking for the good in others, right? You say that all the time, right?
Right.
And now all of a sudden, it's a reflection on you. And let's not forget, that person you don't like might say, hey, wait a second. I didn't know that this person was like this.
Oh my God. What you just did is you shifted their perspective of you, and therefore the goodness is going to flow back, and that person is going to now be more attuned to you. So what we call living in a fog. What does fog stand for? Focus on goodness. Focus on goodness. Live in a fog, everybody. Focus on goodness.
Yeah. That's the thing. So it's a win all around. You are becoming a better human being, and you are helping the person you are complimenting to becoming a better human being. And if we can do this, folks, we can definitely create an energy that goes all over the world.
It's called a tsunami of goodness, always.
I love it. So that's it, folks. Yes, it takes a little bit of work. It takes you say, okay, you know what? I don't like this person. Now I know, we're focusing on people you don't like, but Barry already make it very clear. You definitely want to compliment the people you do like also. Don't take them for granted, because soon they won't like you anymore. So don't take the people you like for granted. Definitely compliment them. And yes, you also have to do as much work to compliment those people as you do to compliment people you don't like. Okay? Because the whole idea is slow down, pay attention, and be honest and be genuine in your compliment, and make it a complete compliment. Don't take some of the negative in the beginning or put some negative at the end. Just make it a complete compliment. And if you cannot do that to somebody you like, don't even say anything, because you are not ready. What do you say about that, Barry?
Oh, I say that is an amazingly powerful insight. Yes, oftentimes people do what they call a praise sandwich. You say something nice about something, then you criticize, then you say something nice. That may be okay in a certain setting, in a unique circumstance. But when we're talking about today is living life to the full and becoming a better human being, that means just give the compliment. The compliment will give out such energy that it can literally shift the entire world into happiness and joy. And when I say this, I'm not exaggerating. You see, Edwin and I, as the Chief Happiness Officer for the world and the Ambassador of JOYi, we don't say things just because the words sound nice. No. We understand in the very essence of our beings that together, one person reaching out to another, they go to 2, 4, 8, 16, it goes exponential. we will create the tsunami of goodness always, what I call wearing a toga. You know what a toga is, right? Wonderful, Edwin. You know, the Romans used to wear toga. So
Yes.
toga stands for TOGA, tsunami of goodness always.
Wow.
That's why people tune in. Now, I'm going to urge everybody, make sure you put this, bookmark this, the first and third Thursday of every month for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Because this is Edwin and Barry sharing with you. I mean, the reason you tuned in, and we appreciate it, because you tuned in, you care the most in the entire world about one thing, you, which is great. You want to be the best you possible, because you know when you're the best you'll be happier, healthier, and wealthier in every aspect of life. So bookmark this first and third Thursday of every month, the rest of your life, and share this with 5 people. We didn't say 50, didn't say 100. I thought you want to do that, that's up to you. But make it your agreement right now to share this with 5 people. And that way we'll touch 50,000 people over the next couple of months. And then we're going to grow this audience to 50,000 listeners. Then 5 times that will be 250. We're going to keep growing. And, you know, go where the podcast is and make sure that you love it and tell other people about it. Share this with 5 people, because what Edwin gives us is literally gold and gems, and even more so, chocolate. Everybody, the reason I say chocolate is because everybody likes the taste of sweet that goes inside. That's what he's doing. He gives us gold and gem. And Barry Shaw, the ambassador of joy. Joy, of course, stands for Journey of You. That's what we're talking about today. First and third Thursday of every month for the rest of your life, because this is all about sharing. Share stands for spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. Okay, Edwin, just a couple of minutes left. Let's give people a big high note on appreciation. You want to give a wrap up? You want to give a thought? Just give a big insight right now.
Well, when you compliment folks, that person that you don't like, and you're giving that person opportunity to grow, guess what? That person may turn around and give somebody else a compliment based on what you've done to them. That's how we make this world move around.
Okay, everybody. This is the best way in the world to chase away the blues and live this final month in the year with joy, happiness, peace, and love. So we're going to do 2 things. We do a hug on the show. Hug stands for heartfelt, unlimited giving. Are you ready, Edwin? 1,
I am
2,
ready.
3.
Yes.
And our blessing from Edwin and Barry is go forth, live exuberantly, spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference. Best wishes, everybody.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking, so always looking for and finding the good. And here you found the goodest good possible, the greatest show about happiness, joy on the internet. Finding happiness and joy with Edwin and Barry. There is no greater show on earth. Welcome. Get ready. Buckle up, because you're about to find happiness and joy.